Aquarius single friends. Welcome. I'm David. Welcome to Tarot, my love. And we're going to do your single spread for mid-June. Call this Meet the Soulmate. A little different. So we're going to try to describe your soulmate. We're straight up asking Spirit to give us a look at into your person. I kind of look at psychology, childhood behavior, try to get a glimpse at some stories they might tell, get some astrology too. Keep in mind as I go along, look at the sun, moon, rising, and Venus, same as I'd say for you. You know, if your sun doesn't resonate, if you want to look further. But keep that in mind, is like if I see astrology, I'll call it out in their chart. So I want to kind of try to identify them. So really go on date site, meet around, and when you see this person I'm describing, that's the one. Because I'm not looking for your next ex-problem, ex-wife, ex-husband. We're asking Spirit here, I have a lot of faith in this, to demonstrate and show us here right now what your person's like. So if you meet them, you're going to say like, wow, okay, that's them. I want to get enough to go there, okay? And so we'll look at, I look at the four pillars, I call it, the emotional, intellectual, sexual, and the lifestyle issues. And what I think you need to have a good compatibility to get a basic start. That's how we'll break it down. We'll just use eight cards. So we're going to have 6 of Swords coming out of the chute. This is over top a Page of Cups, and this is their emotional nature. Okay? Now we're going to have the Tower, and don't freak out. It's not that kind of reading. Nobody's breaking up with you because you haven't met yet. And 10 of Swords, but wow, okay. You have to really think about that one. Wow, this is the 8 of Swords. It's going to be in their sexual and love nature. Might could pull the Venus and Mars energy from that. And the 10 of Cups. Okay. Next to the 10 of Swords. Loved and lost. They will tell you stories about having loved and lost. If they don't say it to them and watch their face light up. Say it is better to have loved and lost than never to have loved at all. Look for that, guys. Let me know. 5 of Pentacles, Aquarius, is looking now at their lifestyle core values. The Chariot. 5 of Pentacles over the Chariot. Okay, so let me take a look here. I'm going to start with their emotional nature. And remember here, not particularly reading for toxicity. Nobody's breaking up or just trying to get an idea of what they're like. You get Pisces Moon. A very sensitive person. And I'll tell you, bad news is, they ain't rich. It's your soulmate, you know? It's all about your soul's growth. It's really not about David. That's the tricky part. We get right out what I figure is like, that's what makes it tricky, you know? If it's all about me, it wouldn't be that hard, right? You. The 6 of Swords here in the emotional position. They gotta have some abandonment issues. They're so common. You know, and it doesn't have to necessarily be mom died or something. Could be, you know, mom was a drunk and maybe she, you know, wasn't around at certain times of the day, and the kid had to kind of raise themselves. I get only child here too. Someone's an only child. I think they spend a lot of their childhood being just kind of afraid and lonely and insecure. I know it's sad, but it's not that uncommon. They probably had a lot of changes. They had a lot of people coming in and out. remember it's your person, so we're not talking about toxic levels here. It'd be something that's going to work with you. The way you're going to come together, you're going to think about how you are, is going to work to your greatest good. Your soul's greatest good and their soul's greatest good. It would be absolutely a perfect match. But they do have a tendency to walk away from their emotions, I think they're easily overwhelmed emotionally, and you might have someone here in the Tower and Ten Swords suffering with like panic attacks. I get if I don't know what you would call it. If I get anything more specific than a panic, I've had panic attacks, and I always kind of thought, can't be. No, it's bad. You can't breathe. They might have asthma. They have attacks. It's kind of like a PTSD too, but it's like a PTSD that could go back. I don't see a first responder energy here, okay? But so this PTSD would go back to childhood, and this person would find themselves at times, they trigger themselves in their own mind, the Ten of Swords. So, like, literally nothing could be going on around them, like not a loud noise, and not you triggering them by bringing up something God only knows that mom used to do or something, or dad used to do, or whatever. But they're just sitting there, but they think about something, and it's as if this tower comes down again. And I think this may go way back. So they're very sensitive and very vulnerable too. Your person. They're going to come to you, and they're going to come to you, that's for sure. It's hard to tell the stories they might say. They may have got themselves in trouble, by trusting too much. I'm getting Pisces energy because got the Pisces Moon. I'm not really sure what to make of their sun here. Definitely feel the Pisces Moon, the vulnerability. They could have a Pisces Venus conjunct the Pisces Moon. That might be what it is, right? And that would give them an Aquarius Mars. I would go with that because I like the Pisces Venus being conjunct the Pisces Moon. Maybe it's in a vulnerable position. Even though it's Pisces, and the 12th would be vulnerable. In the 8th, in the 7th for this could be really challenging. Maybe that's it. So a moon in Pisces conjunct a Venus in Pisces within a 10-degree orb. If you know astrology, you can find a lot of this now really easy on AstroSeek and Astro.com and Astro Cafe. Pretty good synastry to show you these basic things in natals. So I think they're vulnerable to a lot, like scammers, and but they're someone that never gives up on love. They don't get hard, and they probably never will. Even if they did meet you, meet you, a lot of this stuff is not really an issue anymore, in my opinion. In terms of relationship, kind of think when you have this kind of energy comes together good, it allows you to finally work on yourself. Everybody's like, well, you got to be alone to work on relationships. Well, no, you don't. You need to be in a good relationship, and you work on yourself just same as you could alone, in my opinion. It's like, and actually, there's some things probably better you can do alone, but there's some things better you can do in a relationship, and you're going to learn and grow in different ways. But I think this person could really benefit, from someone solid. So hopefully you are, because they come with a whole lot of love here. And not only, yeah, Pisces having their Venus and having their moon conjunct, the two most feminine aspects in the chart, the two really kind of most vulnerable, receptive areas, uh, makes them, Pisces is exalted there. The moon is not unhappy in Pisces. It can kind of be all its mood it wants to be, you know. But there's someone being like really loving and emotionally. That's why I say, like, in spite of everything that's happened to them, and I think they've probably been through quite a bit, this thing in their childhood, it might have saw them being tossed around. They might have went through foster care systems. Um, they've learned they're very good at dealing with adversity and dealing with sudden change and stuff. They might have the hypervigilance going on, that feeling the other shoe's going to drop. So when something is in an emotional crisis situation, other people might fall apart. They may actually rise up, become a little stronger, and in a way that might seem a little ironic to some people, this person might be the one when things get really tough, that becomes the rock that other people look to for support. And you might, I think, with them, with this Eight of Swords, you might find them with numerous friends that come to them for emotional support and maybe even advice. It's like they've seen so much of the dark side of the soul, and that they're like an expert on it, but they haven't let it make them hard. They're an expert in a loving way. Charon, the asteroid, look at that in her chart, but they're probably doing well in their work on that, because when you heal yourself, that's when you can heal others. So there's someone that may have been doing a lot of work on healing themselves and had some success here in that regard. But with the Five of Pentacles up here, it's just like they have not had the success in money yet, But with the Chariot here, they put a lot of value into emotions, into their life purpose, into spiritual things. They can look at things from a very high vibing way. That's where they're going to go. Like, they're going to go in their chariot to where they feel their life purpose belongs anyway. So they're going to be all over you. And that's why I say they're going to come to you. As soon as they know that you exist, I think there's someone that will recognize you. They're someone that's interested in soulmates, twin flames, and all like that. They may talk about that in some way, or blog or something like that. And with the Chariot card too, it can kind of be a manifester, but they kind of might not know it. I think they manifested some bad things in their life. By essentially the Pisces Venus, they wanted to help people. So they're going to tell you a story. That's how it all starts. Well, there was this guy, there was this girl, and they were down and out. And even though I didn't have a pot to piss in either, I gave them everything I had, including my heart and soul, and the bad stuff, maybe. With you won't be an issue, but it's a perennial problem because they really have this kind of unconditional love and concern, like, for everyone. So it's like they're the kind of person, they find it hard just to walk past a street person and just keep going like it's nothing, and they, want to stop and help. And, what Pisces people need to learn is that God, you can't save everyone. That's what that's also kind of where the Aquarius energy comes in, I think. That you have to work together, and it's not about each individual person. And they would definitely want to focus on the individual person. One-on-one relationships be their thing. I don't think they like parties. They don't like the spotlight, that kind of thing. So they're going to be more interested in time alone with you in terms of their lifestyle. And probably pretty wide open. I get the sense of someone that doesn't have a strong sense of the physical world. Even it's like, so they're not going to have a strong opinion about exactly how the house should look, or they'll consider that. They may not even consider it at all. If they did, they'd just be like, well, that's not the important thing. The important thing is I love you, and you love me, and you're my soulmate, and I'm your soulmate. And, you know, I could live in a barn. But look at it like this. It gives you kind of a carte blanche. You know, you can go on HGTV, and you have a spouse that just rolls over to you and lets you get the place that you want and where you want it, and that's good because that's not going to be their thing. So, and they don't have any control about them too. That's another good thing about this Pisces energy and the Venus here. They you know. They're going to let everybody do what they do. Maybe, like I said, maybe to a fault, you know. Maybe they need a little bit more control. But thank you guys for joining me. Forbids you, let me know if that resonates. Give me a like. Please subscribe. Thank you.